So here is my path from burnout to freedom right here. Introducing my path to freedom for physical therapists. I made this. This is the journey that I and a lot of the PTs that I work with follow on their way to achieving freedom in their own life and career. And what I want to do today is introduce you to this path, show you how you can then skip levels to get there faster so that you don't have to struggle or waste time at these bottom levels like I did. Many therapists start at the bottom of this pyramid, and I call the bottom of this pyramid the surviving skeptic. And here I find PTs that are just trying to survive. They are just questioning their decision to be a PT and unaware of what else is out there as a physical therapist. Oftentimes, they feel burnt out. And this is where I started my career in a perm job as a new grad. I was seeing 20 plus people a day. I was working 60 plus hours a week, trying to run and grow somebody else's practice by myself. Yes, even as a new grad physical therapist, I was running somebody else's practice by myself. And as you can imagine, it only took 10 months or so before I started to feel the effects of burnout and started to question my decision. Why did I even become a PT? What is this about? I was a surviving skeptic. I felt like I was just surviving. So I started to look for a way out, and I felt stuck though. I felt stuck in a job that I didn't love with a paycheck that was subpar, barely enough to make ends meet, and I was a stuck seeker. I moved to that next level when I was trying to find something different, but I felt stuck and I was looking for something else. I was a stuck seeker. But my other classmates that I had were buzzing about this unicorn of a job called travel therapy. But at the time, like I mentioned, I was a homebody. I did not want to leave my comfort zone. I was scared to death to leave. I didn't want to leave friends and family. I didn't want to venture into the unknown. I feared failure and loneliness and vulnerability and all of the things. But I was feeling burnout in my job. And that pain was greater than my fear of wanting to become a travel PT. And my partner at the time really wanted to travel. He's like, look, let's just try it. And if we don't like it, we can come home. And so I thought, okay, I guess I can try anything for 13 weeks, right? So then off we went. And we jumped to that next level into the world of travel therapy without knowing what to expect, without knowing what to look out for. And initially, we were not good at it. We struggled. We were overwhelmed. We didn't know what to do. We made all of the mistakes, as I mentioned, and you don't know what you don't know as a PT. And as a result, we ended up in some bad situations, but we learned from our mistakes along the way. Had I realized then what I know now, I could have made and saved thousands of dollars and a lot of time and headache and tears in the first few years as a traveler. But I quickly realized that this wealth of knowledge that I had gained, all of the mistakes that I made, were invaluable and needed to be shared with other aspiring travelers like yourselves. And so I created Wanderlust PTs. And it's since grown into a blog with resources in order to make your journey into travel therapy an easier one. Becoming a travel PT was one of the best decisions of my life, and it's taken me all over the US and allowed me freedoms that I otherwise would not have been able to have in a permanent position. And now I'm addicted to this nomadic travel therapy lifestyle, hence Wanderlust PTs, and I want to share it with as many people as possible. But I've also realized, believe it or not, there is more beyond travel. And after 10 years as a travel PT, for the sake of time, we're not going to spend a lot of time here, but what I've learned is many of my clients who are travelers are seeking something more. They want something bigger. They want to make a bigger impact on the world. They want to create something for themselves. And so when they are done traveling, they oftentimes have trouble leaving that six-figure salary to go back to a perm job and make a subpar paycheck again. So this isn't for everyone, but for some travelers that I work with, after they are traveling, they go on to create businesses for themselves, either online or cash-based PT businesses, so that they can continue to have the freedoms and the opportunities that they had as a traveler, and more so than if they were to return to a regular permanent job. And then for a few of those, they build businesses where they are not tied to being in a certain location or have a certain schedule, and they are no longer trading time for money. So this is the top of the pyramid, guys. This is freedom. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to travel internationally, to be able to road trip in my van, to be able to go on vacation without having to be tied to a schedule or a location. And if that interests you, if that excites you, I wish that for you too, to have complete freedom in your career, in your life. And if you want that, my job is to get you there. I have resources for that. But today, your job right now is just to identify what level you think you are at right now. Now, question number 2, where do you want to be on the pyramid? Okay, so I told you today I'm going to introduce you to the pyramid. I'm going to show you how you can jump levels on your path to freedom, right? And I also told you that at my journey, I started at the bottom level and I was burnt out and I escaped it, and I helped hundreds of other PTs escape it now too. And what I've learned is if you are not building your own dreams, you are building somebody else's. If you are not building your own dreams, you are building somebody else's. And here's the thing. You do not have to spend years building somebody else's dream before you start on yours. You can start building your dreams right away.